Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. All right. This past SmackDown on Friday gave us 2 matches confirmed for Wrestlemania. Now, I said in my previous videos that I thought it was 3 matches confirmed because I thought the Motor City Machine Guns were going to get their tag title shot against the Street Profits on WrestleMania, but that was never really confirmed, so that's my bad. I misheard and misunderstood, so that's my bad on that. So we just got 2 matches to talk about. Cool with me. We're going to start off with the championship match that is going down at WrestleMania, and it's for the U.S. title, the reigning United States champion. Whose game is it? With everybody saying L.A. Knight. Yeah. As he will defend against making his WrestleMania debut, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. So, a couple weeks ago, I want to say about 2 to 3 weeks ago, LA Knight regained his United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. So that showed us, okay, boom, LA Knight's going to be U.S. champion headed to WrestleMania. And I asked this question, I think, last week, too. I was like, damn, what's LA Knight going to do at WrestleMania? Who's he defending his championship against? Personally, I wanted it to be Jimmy Uso because it would have been a beautiful story to make. You know, you got both the Usos in singles matches. They're both going for titles. They both could be champions at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted. I wanted Jimmy Uso. Instead, it's going to be one of his family members. it's going to be one of his family members. It's going to be Jacob Fatu. So, yeah. There hasn't been much build to this. Again, this was just made on SmackDown after Jacob Fatu beat Braun Strowman in a last man standing match to get his shot at Mania. So there wasn't much build to this. I don't think you really could have saw this match really being made. I mean, it was probably an idea, but none really was seen to just say, oh, okay, this is happening. But it's not about the tension between these two. It's about the tension building between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Because ever since Solo lost the Ula Fala to Roman Reigns on the Raw on Netflix premiere, Solo hasn't been the same. He is not. We don't see much of him, or we haven't seen much of him. He hasn't wrestled at all. I think he only had 1 match against Braun Strowman for the last 2 months. So Solo really hasn't done anything lately. But ever since Solo cost Jacob Fatu a tag match, something's been building. Something's been going on. And it wasn't until Solo cost Jacob Fatu a shot at the U.S. Championship the first time where things started clicking, like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing. Now, I thought we were building up to a Jacob Fatu Solo Sikoa match at WrestleMania. I thought that's what we were building up to. But no, I forget this is Triple H booking. like this story is gonna be extended for a couple months. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be dealing with this for a bit. But I will say, I think it takes the biggest turn at WrestleMania. Because this can go 2 different ways. And no matter which way it goes, the Jacob Fatu Solo Sikoa tension starts to now, it will now build up to a feud. So again, no matter which way it goes, we're going to get that feud and we're going to get that match at some point. I don't know when, I don't know where, but that match is coming. So the two ways of this, right? It's simple, right? Either LA Knight retains or Jacob Fatu wins. If LA Knight retains, it should be, I'm not going to say it will be. It should be because Solo Sikoa decided to stick his nose in Jacob Fatu's business, even though Jacob Fatu said, hey, let me handle my business. Let me handle my business, you handle your business. And I will succeed with you or without you. Right? Those are it was kind of like an ultimatum towards Solo. But if LA Knight retains, it should be because Solo stuck his nose in his business and cost him the United States Championship. Distracted him, and then boom, he lost the U.S. title at WrestleMania. So that would make sense. And then Jacob Fatu will be so mad because he told Solo, yo, I told you, get out of my business. This was my match. This was my time on the grandest stage. You cost me a shot. And then Jacob will just lose his mind. And then Solo will be like, hey. I brought you into WWE. Don't ever forget who helped you. You would be nothing if it wasn't for me. Right? That would be the line. You would be nothing if it wasn't for me. And then from there, boom, they feud. Right? If Jacob Fatu wins, that means it's a straight up match. No problems, no issues. Maybe Solo Sikoa still sticks his nose out, but it would probably be for LA Knight getting distracted and not paying attention. And then boom, Jacob Fatu reaps the rewards, takes advantage, and boom, he wins the United States Championship in his very first match at WrestleMania. And then, Solo's happy. He's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Jacob. That's my enforcer. Yeah, I'm happy for you, right? And, Tama Tonga in the back. Yeah. Just in the back and whatnot, right? But then tensions start rising because the fans are embracing Jacob. They're loving what he's doing. He's getting more love now. And Solo is seeing it. And then Solo starts getting jealous because it seems Jacob Fatu is becoming a bigger star than Solo was, even when he was the tribal chief for a couple months. So then Solo starts, he starts losing his mind, and then he's like, again, with the same line, you would be nothing if it wasn't for me, right? And then boom, you got a United States Championship feud. You got something that, quite frankly, you haven't had with the U.S. title in quite some time. So boom, you got a championship feud right there. Right? So again, as I said, the Jacob Fatu Solo Sikoa feud is going to happen regardless of what happens in this match. That's what I feel. That's what I feel can happen. Now, which side am I taking, though? That's the thing. Personally, I would like Jacob Fatu to walk into WrestleMania and become United States Champion. I would love that. I would love that. I'd probably lose my mind. I don't even know how I'm even doing my reviews for WrestleMania. I don't know if I'm doing live reactions this year. I gotta see the space in my phone. I gotta see how that goes. But yeah, I'll go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'll go crazy if if Jacob Fatu walks in and becomes United States Champion. I love that. This is LA Knight's second WrestleMania. Second time walking in WrestleMania. He's a champion this time around, so we'll see. We'll see. But personally, I got Jacob Fatu walking out United States champion. I mean, if LA Knight retains, then he retains, and then again, we just get the tension rising between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. But that's just pretty much what we get, right? So I kind of don't care how it goes, but I would love to see Jacob Fatu walk out United States champion. I would love to see that. Yeah, I would love it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's all I got for that. Is that all I got? Yeah, that's all I got. I covered everything. Yeah, so that's all I got for that. So until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love, support as always. We got one more match to talk about for WrestleMania. Then Monday Night Raw will be tomorrow. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe we'll get a match added from there. SmackDown this Friday. They got a tag team gauntlet. And the winners, for the women's tag team gauntlet, and the winners face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag titles at WrestleMania. So, well, we'll talk about it on Saturday because Friday I don't get home until about 3 in the morning. So, we'll talk about that next Saturday and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, peace, love, want it. Yeah.